You are watching PR English Shorthand Dictations YouTube channel.
This is English shorthand dictation number 396 and the dictation speed is 120 words per minute. Ready? Start. Madam Speaker, I rise to join all members of this august House in conveying our sincere thanks to Honorable President for his enlightened address. The debate on the President's address has been vigorous and wide ranging. I thank all the honorable members who have contributed to this debate. Madam, as Honorable President mentioned in the initial parts of his address, our economy has faced a difficult situation in the past 1 year. Honorable members are aware that our growth has slowed down and the fiscal deficit has risen. Inflation has been a persistent problem in the last 2 years. The current account deficit is substantially higher than what we would like it to be. The finance minister has dealt with all these issues in his budget speech, and before that, the economic survey tabled in this house gave a fairly comprehensive picture of the state of economy. I would therefore be brief in speaking about the challenges that confront our economy and what we need to do to overcome them. However, Madam, I do wish to emphatically endorse the view of the Finance Minister that the slowdown in the economy need not persist and that we are fully capable of putting the country back on a high growth path of 7 to 8% per annum in the next 2 to 3 years. To achieve this, we need to increase the rate of investment, especially in infrastructure. Our effort, therefore, will be to raise domestic savings, contain the growth of subsidies, and encourage private investment. While our aim is to achieve an average GDP growth of 8% during the 124 plan and agricultural growth of 4%, the focus will continue to remain on inclusive growth. Inclusive growth implies not only reducing poverty but also improving regional equality across and within states, uplift of the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, and minorities, closing gender gaps and generating more and better employment opportunities. Our policies have been designed to fulfill these objectives. Madam, with regard to poverty in the UPA period, poverty declined at an average rate of 2% per annum. In the preceding 10 years, the rate of decline was no more than 0.8%. With regard to regional inequalities, interstate growth differential has narrowed and interstate inequality is not increasing. The so called backward states have also done much better in the UPA period than was the case previously. In terms of education and skill development, also, the achievements of the UPA government are really notable. The key instruments for promoting inclusiveness and empowerment are education, health, and skill development. There has been near universal enrollment in primary schools and a steady increase in average number of years of schooling of the labor force. Madam, it is not my case that what we have achieved is the optimum level. I do recognize that growth requires further efforts to boost it. We need to do lot more to promote inclusiveness. Health and education require greater attention and environment protection measures have to be adopted with greater amount of firmness. But I would respectfully submit to this august House that what has been achieved is not something which can be belittled as Sri Rajnath Singh tried to do. I know that BJP has a particular view towards the economic and social policy of the UPA. A few days ago, a conclave of the National Council of BJP assembled in Delhi used the choicest abuses for the Congress establishment and Congress leadership, including myself. It is not my intention to reply them in that language because I do believe that our work and our performance are the best judges of what we have achieved. We have seen this arrogance not for the first time. The Shining India campaign in 2004 led to disastrous results for the BJP. In 2009, they fielded the Iron Man Sri Advani against the lamb that Dr. Manmohan Singh is, and we know what the result was. I am convinced that if the people of India were to look at our record in these 9 or 10 years, they would repeat what they did in 2004 and 2009. Madam, several honorable members have expressed concern about the state of agriculture. I share that concern. Farmers in our country are the most important constituent that the UPA cares for. We have done utmost to give our farmers remunerative prices, and here I would like to mention that the procurement prices of wheat, rice, and other products have been raised in a manner which was never seen before in the history of this country. Madam, several honorable members cutting across party lines have expressed concern over incidents of violence against women. This is an issue which unites all sections of the House, and I sincerely appeal to all sections of the House to speak with one voice. If there are any legislative measures which we can agree upon, they can be then pushed forward at a much higher speed than is normally done when it comes to legislation through Parliament. I sincerely hope that we will agree to go forward in a manner which will do justice to 50% of India's population, that is, our women and children. Let me reiterate to this august House the commitment of our government to ensuring the dignity, safety, and security of every woman of this country. We have adopted a series of measures, legislative, institutional, and procedural, which reaffirm the collective responsibility of this government in this direction as more and more women enter public spaces. The government has been prompt in acting on the recommendations of the Justice Verma Committee by promulgating an ordinance amending and strengthening the law to deal with crimes of sexual violence against women.